Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metro TV. I'm your host, Andy Hoig, CEO and publisher of Metro Magazine. We have a great show for you today. We'll be talking to Heartland Family Service, American Midwest Ballet, Margie Tremblay, and the City of Council Bluffs, the 712 Initiative. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Well, I am here with Mayor of Council Bluffs, Matt Walsh, and Cheryl Garst, the CEO of the 712 Initiative. So thank you both for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Andy.
So talk to me, Mayor Walsh, just tell me a little bit about how Winterfest got started in the history of this event.
So at one point, the Chamber of Commerce had a very robust lighting ceremony in the central park in downtown Council Bluffs, Bayless Park, and over the years those lights kind of waned, and as they reached their shelf life, they weren't replaced. And I got elected in 2014, and when I got elected, we literally had 3 trees that were wrapped with lights in the cafe across from Bayless Park. Said, really, just take down the 3 trees. So I promised that when I got elected, I'd go see some businesses and ask them to donate. And so it's not taxpayer dollars, donated by businesses, matched by the Iowa West Foundation. And once again, we brought back that robust lighting ceremony that we were kicking off on November 21st.
Well, and I think like with any community, I mean, that holiday spirit, when you just kind of like shine that light, I mean, it gets the whole community involved. And Council Bluffs is an amazing community. And having the businesses donate and be a part of that. And where is Bayless Park?
It's right in the center of town.
Okay.
It's in the 100 block of South Main Street. So.
Okay. And the history of this event goes back to when?
Well, it goes back maybe a couple decades,
okay.
But for a 5-year time frame in there was nothing. And so
okay.
We revitalized it in 2015.
And then created this big celebration. So I want to talk a little bit about, is it 712 or 712? I mean, how do you say that?
Sure, 712.
Okay, 712.
The official brand.
And how did 712 get involved in all of this?
Sure, so we are the Council Bluffs community development nonprofit, and we are trying to help the city activate their public spaces and economic vitality of these districts. Again, the Bayless Park is 1 block south of Broadway, so it's pretty easy to get to for you Omahans. And the 712, we both have tremendous staffs at the city and the 712, and it wasn't a surprise that they were thinking the same way, that we have 3,000 people that come to this lighting ceremony and to celebrate, to be together. Nice family tradition for hometown feel in a big city. And then what? So we really expanded partners with the city, and our events and program director who runs our farmers market, Jeff Snow, thought it'd be great for a Makers Village. And so it's great for people to get their holiday shopping done. At the lighting ceremony, brought in the food trucks, hot cocoa, backpacks. Salvation Army got involved with their brass band, free hot chocolate there. The UP Museum. It
brings in live reindeer for the kids.
Yeah, that layering of activities really has made it a thing. And first year, we doubled in size, for the amount of people at this event. And it's just been a wonderful partnership, and I could see it growing and growing, and we just wanted to share.
And of course, Santa comes, so.
Oh yeah, Santa comes.
Of course, Santa comes.
Yeah.
So is there anything new this year that you've added to it, or is this kind of what you kind of walked me through what people can expect? But
Sure. A lot of new vendors. So some of the, we'll have some old vendors that I think the Omaha community with the Omaha Farmers Market and Council Bluffs Farmers Market recognize. What was it? Big Mama's Kitchen.
Yeah.
I just gave her last jar to a college roommate who was passing through from Chicago to Denver the other day. So plenty of jams there, to buy for holiday wares. We have 3B Farm with their honey, Council Bluffs staple. Dusted Charm. Some of her products are right here too. She is an up-and-coming women-owned business in Council Bluffs, and yeah, very cute scarves, purses. We have teas from, is it Artemis Tea in the Old Market?
Yep.
Yes. But you'll find a little bit of
Yeah.
everything, at that Makers Village, and again, the layering of activities. I think we had a really good win last year, and we're just continuing that, with our live reindeer and everything else that we mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, it just expanded it and broadened it out. It was focused on the kids. It's broadened out a little bit to the kids and the adults.
Yes, yeah. And I have to tell you, I mean, I was met with all of you about 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago. Time flies. I really was able to, I met with a lot of the nonprofit community partners and whatnot. What, an amazing community you have. And I feel like sometimes it's lost with us over here in Omaha, that I will definitely be there on that day.
Good.
For sure. And just really celebrating everything that you do, because both these communities, the synergy together, it can be magical and is magical, and just kind of bringing,
we have about 18,500 Council Bluffs residents that work in Omaha and travel back and forth. Omaha sends about 9,000 our way, and so we're tied closely, and
absolutely.
And, we think we have a great community also. So we
do.
hope that our neighbors to the west come over and enjoy some events in Council Bluffs.
Yeah.
And we want to give a shout out to all those partners too. It's not just the city and 712, it's Potawatomi Arts, Culture, and Entertainment. There's going to be that beautiful building. We felt the love through the fundraising for that facility from a lot of Omaha philanthropists and wanted to show our gratitude for that. UP Museum, Salvation Army will be out there as well.
Couldn't do without the financial support of TS Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the 21st, is that Saturday, Sunday? What day is that?
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah. Right. So Thursday, the 21st.
Santa is busy on the weekend.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I know his schedule is getting full. So Thursday, the 21st, people come out. What time do festivities start?
5:30 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're just asking, a lot of the founders in Omaha, they came from Council Bluffs. One of your staff members, when he greeted us today, mentioned that he's from Council Bluffs. So that Nathaniel Dodge,
oh my
the
gosh,
Dodges started
absolutely.
This is our cute town square. Again, the best comment last year was this woman wrote on a social media comment that she felt like she just walked into a Hallmark movie. And that's exactly, the great summary of this event. You're feeling like you're going back in time. We're welcoming all of you Omahans to come back home for the holidays and to celebrate in our historic town square with that beautiful Carnegie Library in the background. It just couldn't be any more picturesque, in any Hallmark movie.
Absolutely. So if people want to find out more information about this, Cheryl, where can they go?
Sure. They can go to the City of Council Bluffs website or Facebook page, and or Google Winterfest Council Bluffs.
Okay. Yeah. Mayor Walsh, thank you for joining me. Cheryl, thank you for
Andy.
joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, the 21st.
Have a blessed holiday season.
Yeah. So thank you. And we will be right back. Well, I'm here with Margie Tremblay, milliner, designer, Margie Tremblay Chapeau. Thank you. And also with Dr. Mary Elliott. She's the associate professor at Wayne State College. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So first of all, Margie, I've known you for like a long time,
You got it.
for decades, and it's been just really a fun journey to watch your career and kind of what you are doing. So let's just talk about what you're doing now and why we're here.
Okay. We're here because this hat is on display at my gallery, which is Springfield Artworks, and also my millinery studio, Margie Tremblay Chapeau. And so that's why we're here.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing hats?
Since 2012.
Okay. Because it's fairly, I mean, that's not too long ago.
No.
Because you really were focused on the studio, the art gallery in Springfield. So
Right.
yeah. So let's talk about the exhibit and what this is all about.
Okay. It's going to be at 183 Main Street in Springfield, and it's about the hat that Mary got me started on. And you want to ask her some things about that?
And tell me, she got you started on, what does that mean?
I'm sorry. She called me, and she had done this embroidery piece in class, and she wanted to use a Nebraska milliner to make a hat for her.
Okay.
So,
Well, Mary, yes.
The front of the hat is gold work embroidery. I knew nothing about it, but I enrolled in the Royal School of Needlework, which is actually in England, but for the first time they came to America
Wow.
2 years ago. I was in the gold work class with Helen McCook, who was my instructor. And she was one of the embroiderers on Kate Middleton's wedding dress when she married Prince William.
Okay.
And so that I was in awe of that just to begin with. But as I began to learn this technique, I just fell in love with it. And this was in Lexington, Kentucky, which of course is surrounded by the horse racing history. And so I kept thinking, I want to do something with this gold work embroidery besides just putting it in a frame and hanging it on the wall. And I kept thinking, this would be wonderful in a hat for the races. Well, I came back from Kentucky to Nebraska, so I Googled milliners in Nebraska.
Okay.
Margie's name came up, and I began to explore her website, her Facebook page, and then I contacted her. And of course, her first response was, I've never done anything like this. So we met and just began to brainstorm ideas, and this is the result, just this beautiful one-of-a-kind hat with this historic type of wonderful embroidery that's on the front of it.
So this hat is on display
right.
in Springfield Artworks in Springfield, Nebraska.
Right.
And what happens after that? I mean, what happens when it's not on display?
She gets it back. It's her hat.
Well, I need to go to a horse race is what I need
Well,
to. And
yes.
Yeah, there's a possibility I might be going to Ascot in the summer. We've got to see how my academic schedule lines up with
Sure.
the vacation time, so we'll see. But if all else fails, I might be able to get back to Kentucky and go to one of the premier horse races in America. But yeah, it needs to be shown at a horse race.
Are there further collaborations with you both in the future?
Well, we haven't really discussed
Okay.
it. I think, and we've probably kicked around some ideas in our heads, but we're both pretty busy. And I don't live here in Omaha, so
Yeah.
I imagine there's probably
Probably will
some
be.
future collaborations just because we're both creative and we've got a lot of ideas. It's a matter of time, It's just,
Yeah.
you've got to have that time, so.
And we've developed a great friendship over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
When did this all start? Tell me again, how many months ago or how long ago?
I think I contacted you probably in March, didn't I? It was March of 2019, and
Probably.
yeah, because I remember she was actually going on vacation, and so for this to happen, we had to make the decisions, and she had to do all the creative work before she went on vacation. And I also wanted to get it photographed because I was submitting it to a creative exhibit. And all that had to happen by June 1st, wasn't it?
Right.
It was by June 1st. So I think between March and June 1st and I made several trips to Omaha. It was a lot of fun. We really truly collaborated. We made a prototype first to check it out and see if it was going to work. We ran into problems and we had to sit here and brainstorm and figure out those problems. So yeah.
So talk to me about, so when you talk about the gold
Gold
work, what does that mean? Is that like real gold? Or what does that mean?
For metallic threads to be classified as gold work, there's two different types of metallic threads, and they need to have at least 2% gold in it.
Okay.
Or if they have less than 2%, then they're classified as gilt work, metallic threads.
Okay.
But they even have like 0.5% gold in it. So to be considered gold work,
Yeah.
it has to have some gold in it. It's an embroidery which is on the surface of fabric rather
Okay.
than the thread going through the fabric. And so there's just some special techniques associated with it. It's also a very old technique. It goes back clear to ancient times. But predominantly the pieces that we have today that are historically based come from the 13th to the 18th century.
Okay.
And mostly from England. There was a period of time where there were upwards of 1,400 embroiderers, mainly doing gold work for clergy, for the Church of England, as well as military and the royalty. It's really synonymous with wealth and luxury and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and then people, again, can go to Springfield Artworks and tell us address. How can they find you on Facebook,
Yes.
website?
We're on Facebook, website. They can email us at margietremblay@gmail.com if they want to be sure that I'm there to talk about it, because sometimes my husband and I take turns working. So Facebook is really good.
Yeah.
Texting is fine.
And it's on display through the end of November?
Yes, November 30th.
Okay. And we have like 30 seconds. We've got a couple other hats up here. I mean, you've been doing amazing work
Thank you.
for so many years. So we don't have a lot of time to dive into that, and I will definitely have you back on the show. But these other two hats, real quickly, are from...
These were both
Yeah.
in the Metropolitan Museum of
Okay,
Art.
okay.
This one was there for an exhibit called Instruments of Rock and Roll.
Okay.
And so I had to come up with a design, and that's actually the notes from a Beach Boys song that I kind of put around the edge.
Okay.
So that was kind of fun. So it was on there
Yeah.
on display for a couple months.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on the show and
welcome.
encourage people to come out to Springfield Artworks and check it out, along with everything else that you're doing out there, which is amazing. So
Thank you.
thank you both.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Andy.
having us.
You are welcome, and we will be right back. Well, I'm here with Charlie Hathcock. She's the Communication Manager's Heartland Family Services, and also Connie Kinnear, the Salute to Families General Chair. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Andy, for having us.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
So we've got this amazing event coming up. And how many years? It's the Salute to Families. How many years is this?
This is actually the 35th year for the
Are you
event.
serious?
Yes, so
Oh my gosh.
35 years of honoring families who make a difference in our community. It's amazing.
Wow, it is amazing. So let's just talk about what is the purpose of this?
Well, the purpose of the Salute to Families event, each year we honor 4 families and 1 family advocate from the Omaha area who exemplify strong family life in our community. So, for example, our family advocate is someone who tirelessly works to improve the lives of children and families all over the area. Our leadership family exemplifies strong leadership values. Some of them in the past have been leaders at corporations in the area, or sometimes, they're a more silent leader where they just kind of lead by example, but they're still making an impact in the community.
Yeah. And so tell me, what are the categories? So you got the leadership?
We have leadership, we have challenged and successful, community service, commitment to family, and then the family advocate.
Okay. And as the general chair, Connie, I mean, kind of what is your involvement and how does this, what does this mean to you?
We start the process, ask the general public in the springtime to donate. I'm so used to working with Heartland Family Service on their other projects. To nominate other people. And then we have a selection process that we go through in July. And then we have just an abundance of candidates. And they're all very well worth, being, nominated. And then we choose the 5 finalists. And then we help Heartland Family Service set up the event for the evening, and it's going to be on Thursday night, November 21st. It's at Happy Hollow. The event starts at 6 o'clock, and then the actual dinner starts at 6:30, and that's when we do the presentation of the honorees.
Yeah, and I feel like, for 35 years, and I've been to this many times.
You have.
And the families that are nominated and then honored, they're just, every year it's like they're even more amazing than the
Yes.
last year. It's just, there's so many
wonderful
people.
things that go on in our community.
Yeah.
Yes, that we just don't even know about. And after the event, you just go home with just chills, and it just
Mm-hmm.
makes you feel so good about your family. And it's kind of like you want to go home and do other things with your family. And kind of how it got started too was about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Both the governor of Iowa and Nebraska, the week of Thanksgiving, they have a salute to family
Mm-hmm.
in their states, and that's how Heartland Family Service picked up on that and started that.
Yeah.
So,
And it's held during National Family Week.
Okay.
So that's also part of what makes it so special is we hold it to coincide with that.
Yeah, and this, you know, honoring these families, it also brings awareness to Heartland Family Services and what you do. And tell us just a little bit about your mission.
Well, our mission is to strengthen individuals and families in the community through education, counseling, and support services. But that's a very broad statement for all the programs and services we offer.
Yeah.
We help people in a variety of areas, including people who need help with domestic violence or sexual assault services, housing services, mental health counseling, substance use treatment. But one of the great things about our organization is that we serve people across the entire lifespan. So that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And so tell me, if people are wanting to, first of all, find out more about what you do, but also this event in particular, where can they find out more information?
They can go to Heartland Family Service website, which is www.heartlandfamilyservice.org.
Okay.
And there is, you can register to attend the event that evening. There's also on that website, you can click into other different volunteer opportunities or find out what different services that Heartland Family Service offers to the community.
Yeah, and it's Heartland Family Service. I think I said services. So
Oh, that's okay.
Heartland Family Service.
Singular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. I'm excited for this upcoming event. Again, the 35th year, that's just amazing. And also people can learn more about Heartland Family Service in our annual giving guide that comes out every January. So
Absolutely.
We appreciate it, yes.
website one last time,
HeartlandFamilyService.org.
Go ahead.
heartlandfamilyservice.org. Ladies, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
joining
Andy,
me.
for joining us.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you're welcome. And we will be right back. Well, I'm here with Erica Overturf, Artistic Director and CEO of American Midwest Ballet. Erica, thank you so much for joining me again.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
So let's just first, you've got a performance coming up, the Nutcracker, which is just historically just this wonderful tradition for so many people. But let's just talk about American Midwest Ballet and kind of where you're at, because I know you're moving, you're in a new space. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a lot of exciting things happening this year. First of all, it's our 10th anniversary season. We are moving into our new home at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center, which is just a fabulous new facility, performing arts center, located in downtown Council Bluffs. So that is coming up very, very soon now, and it's going to be very stunning.
And what does very soon mean? Is it like
January.
Okay, in January. So that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just getting more familiar and had conversations with them and doing a lot more over in Council Bluffs,
Yeah.
just with the amazing things happening over
Really
there.
exciting things happening, and we're very happy to be a part of it.
And let's just go back 10 years. What was the inspiration behind starting this ballet company? Because it changed names.
Yes.
But what was the inspiration behind it?
Well, a love of dance. And so I was a ballet dancer here in Omaha with a former professional company. And we learned that company would be closing, and I just didn't want to see dance die here. And so I decided to start a new ballet company. And so here we are 10 years later.
Yeah. And I hope you don't, I mean, you're a young woman.
Oh, why? Thank you.
I mean, how old were you when you decided to do this?
Yep, I was 27.
Okay, I mean, I was 27 when I bought Metro magazine and kind of started on my publishing journey. So
So good things can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're
And
that
it's
age.
just when you ask yourself what else is possible, and look at what you've created and the joy that it's brought to so many families and the opportunities it's given to so many dancers. I mean, it's just, I just love that.
Thank you. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the Nutcracker that's coming up. And talk about the performance, anything we need to know about the performance.
Sure. So as you mentioned, it's a holiday tradition. Everyone loves the Nutcracker. We're so excited to be able to perform for thousands of people and thousands of students every year, that come see it. We're also touring the production to San Antonio, Texas.
Wow.
So we'll be doing a lot of dancing this holiday season. But we are doing a new variation during Act 2, which I'm excited about, and it will feature classical dance from India.
Wow.
And we are using a section of the original Tchaikovsky score that's not as often heard, but it is from the original music.
Okay.
And so in Act 2, if you're familiar with the Nutcracker,
Question first, and then I have another one.
about this amazing performance. Nope, that's everything you need
Yeah.
to know.
Okay.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show.
And then what can we expect, or what can we look forward to in 2020?
Yes, well, I mean, I think for us, the big exciting thing will be moving into our new home at the
Yeah.
Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center. And also, we have established an official school for the company, which is the American Midwest Ballet School that provides dance training for
Okay.
students. So we have the professional company that performs, but we also have a training for young dancers. And
Okay.
so we'll be in January getting all of that up and running in
Okay.
the new facility. So
Okay, well, I look forward to hearing more about that in January. So thank you so
you'll
much.
have to come to the grand opening.
Yes, yeah. And when is the grand opening? Because I know you're like a public grand opening,
Yes,
right?
yes, it's in February, and so I don't want to misstate the dates. But
Okay,
it's,
that's, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll keep people
Yes.
posted on those dates. So again, people wanting to purchase tickets for the Nutcracker, where can they go one more time?
amballet.org.
Okay. Erica, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we will be right back. Thanks so much for joining me today. Voting starts November 15th. You can vote for your favorite charity event. Go to spiritofomaha.com and be sure to also like us on Facebook, Metro Magazine, all one word. I look forward to seeing you back here next week.